welcome to your Pilates class today. So I'm going to take you through a 30-minute whole body Pilates class. You don't need any equipment for this class, just yourself. If you have a mat, great. If you don't, it's not essential. You can still take part in the class, obviously. So today I am going to be your instructor and my name is Jade. So thank you for joining me today. There will be lots of options as we move through today's class. So please take an adaptation that suits you today so that this class feels right for yourself. So whenever you're ready, let's come down to a seated position. So we're going to come down onto our bottoms, having the length of the mat behind you. And we're going to take a seat with our feet flat on the ground, our knees parallel. We're going to place the hands behind the thighs. Let's just take a long spine. So taking a deep breath in as we lengthen and lift up through the chest. Exhale as you drop the chin to the chest and curve the back into a C shape. So we inhale as we lift up and out of the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you drop the chin to the chest, draw the belly to the spine and curve your back. Let's do that again. So we're lengthening, crown of the head's coming up towards the ceiling, and we're exhaling as we make the C shape with our back. You could keep the hands here on the back of the thighs, or we could bring the hands just behind the head. As we tuck the tailbone under, we bring the elbows towards one another, and as we come up to the straight spine, we open out the elbows, lift through the chest. So I'm curving through, bringing the elbows towards one another as I round the back, and then lifting up through the chest, kiss the shoulder blades together and opening out. So this is just taking a lovely release into the posture muscles. So we're working on opening out through the chest, not being round shouldered here. But if this feels too much for you, please feel free to keep the hands on the back of the thighs. Last one here. We'll reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Take the hands in front of you, thumbs towards the ceiling. Taking our roll back again. This time, we're going to curve the back. We're going to roll back. We're going to stay here. Pull the elbows towards the rib cage. Reach the arms forwards and come all the way back up, straight spine. So we're tucking the tailbone under, draw the belly in, pull the elbows to the ribs, reaching forwards and come all the way back up to that straight spine. So this time now we're just working into the upper back, bringing the elbows as far back as you can, only going as far into that C curve as feels comfortable for you, drawing the belly towards the spine and really working into the arms, the shoulders and the upper back. Let's do our last one here. Big squeeze. We're going to reach all the way up to the ceiling, lengthen the spine. Big shoulder circle now. Bring the hands onto the ground, coming down onto your forearms. Slide those heels a little bit further towards you. Eyeline is looking through towards the wall ahead of you, not up to the ceiling. Scoop and hollow the belly. Let's lift those legs into tabletop now. Knees over hips. If this feels too much for your shoulders or your neck, please put your head and shoulders on the ground and just do the same legs, okay? So we're going to take a single leg extension. One leg lengthens away to hover. We bring it back into tabletop and change sides. So we're alternating the legs, extending that leg as far away from you as you can, keeping control through the tummy, and making sure we've got space between the elbows, the shoulders, and the ears. So don't collapse into your shoulders. We're extending away, drawing the belly and using the out breath, bringing it back. At any point you need to put your head and shoulders on the floor, please do. Or maybe you want to challenge yourself. Maybe you could extend both legs away at the same time, and as you bring the knees in, you could press up onto the hands. So extend the legs away, come down onto the forearms, and as I bring the knees in, I'm pressing up onto the hands. So a couple of different variations, whatever feels right for you today. Really activating through the tummy, squeeze the elbows in towards one another so they don't chicken out to the side. We'll do one more here, last one. Extend, strengthen, bring it all the way back up. Come down onto your forearms, keeping the legs in tabletop. We tap the toes down to the ground all together. Start to take a little twist, side to side. So you're rocking the knees side to side here. We're pressing away from the forearms. Eyeline is looking through, but remember at any point, if you want to put your head and shoulders down, all good. Make sure we've got space, and we're starting to activate into the waist now as well. Maybe if you're ready for a little bit more of a challenge, we could drop the legs over to one side. We could extend the legs and then reset, bend the knees, come back to center. So we could twist, extend, reset, back to center. Twist, extend, reset, back to center. Let's do one more. We're twisting, really lengthen, put up through the thighs, reset. Let's come all the way up to seated. Bring the soles of the feet together, the knees come wide into diamonds, and then reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Reach them forwards, and let's come to the top of your mat. So your knees are coming out in a diamond shape, the soles of the feet are together, and you're reaching to the end of the mat. We're then going to lift up, lengthen the spine, tuck the tailbone under, curving yourself back as far as you feel comfortable, reset, and reach forwards to the top of the mat. So this is great for the hips, for the inner thighs, for your lower tummy, all the way down into the pelvic floor. We're still taking that C curve, but obviously a little bit trickier now because the legs are in diamond shape. So only go as far as feels right for you. We're keeping those legs wide. Even as we reach forwards, we're really activating through the tummy, lifting up and over, tapping the top of the mat. Getting that C curve as you drop and roll back. Let's make this one our last one. So we're extending forwards. Now we're going to try and C curve roll all the way down to the ground, keeping those legs in diamonds. You start to lift the heels, slide the feet in towards the bottom, and then take the hands, interlace the fingers, and cup them behind your head. So elbows are wide on the ground, toes are together, heels are lifted. Your legs are still in the diamond shape. Let's come into some abdominal crunches. So exhale as we lift the upper body off the ground. Eye line looks through. Inhale as you lower. So when we come into our abdominal crunch, try not to pull on your head with your hands. Just there is a little bit of support. Keep the elbows wide, and you're looking through towards that wall. Scoop and hollow in the belly, and really try to keep those heels lifted to activate into the lower tummy at the same time. This might be enough for you, staying here with the basic crunch, which is great. If you'd like a little bit more, we could lift the legs at the same time, keeping that diamond shape, controlling as you tap down. So we're lifting up, draw the belly and keep the knees wide, elbows wide, control, look after the back as you come down. So maybe you want to adapt it, maybe you just want to do the upper, or you just want to do the lower, whatever feels right for you, or you might like to combine the two together. Let's just move nice and slow, try not to rush it, try and keep control through the movements. One last time, whatever variation you're doing, making this one the last one, bringing yourself down, releasing the hands come to the outside of the thighs, just bring those knees together, feet are on the floor, feet parallel, heels close to the bottom, palms of the hands just come down by your side. Let's take a single bridge variation, so you're just tucking the tailbone under, lift the bottom off the ground, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into our basic simple bridge. Knees are squeezing towards one another, don't let them splay out. And then as you roll down, let's roll through the spine, draw the belly in towards the back and rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's take one last time. Tucking under, lift the bottom off the floor, press through the feet, activate the glutes, pressing the hips all the way up. And then control as you ripple back down, slowly does it. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Hugging those knees in towards your chest whenever you're ready. So give them a hug, give the lower back a little massage, a little rock into the ground, whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to lift the upper body as well. So I'm going to bring the chin to the chest, lift the shoulder blades off the floor and come into a really tight ball. Give yourself a hug. Now this next sequence, if you'd rather leave your head and shoulders on the floor and just do the legs, that is a great option to take. We're going to stay here in this ball and we're going to extend right arm, right leg, lengthen away, and then draw back into that tight ball. So right arm, right leg extends to a hover, and then we draw back in. Now, You can see that I'm keeping the shoulder blades lifted the whole time. Eyeline is looking through. However, if this gets too much, please put your head and shoulders on the floor, and you could just do the arms and the legs, which is still a great exercise. So activating through the tummy, really extend and reach. Now we've got a lovely little challenge coming, so let's extend and hold. Bring the right hand behind the head, bring the left hand behind the head, then lift the left heel away so the left leg comes into tabletop. We're going to cross crawl slowly. Going to bring the right elbow to the outside of the left leg, and then we're going to change. Twist and hold. Twist and hold. So really twisting through the torso, keeping the underneath leg in a hover so it doesn't quite touch the ground. Think about the elbow coming to the knee rather than the knee coming to the elbow, so you get that big rotational twist through the tummy. We're going to stay here for 4. Take your time for 3. Try not to beat me. For 2. And we've got a last one for 1. Bring yourself down to the ground. Let the heads come down. Let the feet come down. Maybe just roll your head side to side. Release off any tension through the neck if you're carrying any there. And then give the legs a little rock side to side too. Just making sure we've not got any tension in the lower back. We're going to reset. We're going to do that sequence on the other side. So just gradually coming to center. Bringing the knees in, hugging those knees in towards you. And then if you would like to, we're lifting the upper body off the ground at the same time. A tiny little ball. Left side now, okay? So we're going to extend left arm, left leg, and then bring it back into center. So left arm and left leg lengthen away, and then we bring it back in. Draw that belly in really tight. Remembering your option at any point is to put your head and shoulders down. Please make sure if you are lifted, your eye line's not looking up towards the ceiling and not dropping the head back. You want to have the shoulder blades off the ground so the eye line is looking forwards, okay? So let's go for 2 more here. Big extension. You know what's coming. Let's lengthen and hold. Left hand comes behind the head. Right hand comes behind the head. The right leg comes away. We twist to the outside of the right leg. Then we're going to cross crawl and alternate. So we twist and hold. Twist and hold. So underneath leg is hovering off the ground. You're reaching your arm across the body. Maybe just doing the legs if that feels better for you. Drawing that belly tight. We've got 4. Use the out breath. 3. You've got 2. And 1. Lovely. Bring it back down. Feet close towards the bottom. Hands down. We're going to come into that bridge again. This time we're going to add the arms overhead too. So in your own time, we're going to lift the bottom off. Lift the hands off also. Press up into the feet. Take the hips high. Take the arms all the way overhead. Lovely release for the tummy. And then rolling down, coordinating the spinal movement with the arms, and the bottom and hands touch the ground at the same time. Let's do that one last time. Peeling away from the ground. Opening out through the front body. A lovely long lift here. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then control as you massage yourself all the way back down to the ground. Lovely work. Let's lengthen legs. Take your arms overhead. Come into a full body stretch. Maybe flex the feet. Get the heels off the floor. Feel those calves getting involved. Maybe circle the ankles. Maybe take a little side bend, a little side reach. Seeing how the upper body is feeling. And then when you're ready to join me, we're going to keep the legs long. I'm going to bring the hands behind the head once again. I'm going to flex the feet, so elbows are on the ground. We're going to take an abdominal crunch here. That might feel a little odd for some of you, so we'll see how you go. We're going to exhale as we lift the upper body off the ground, draw the belly in tight. Inhale as you lower. So the same basic crunch. I've just got my legs straight. Eye lines looking towards the wall by my feet. If you do feel this in your lower back, please, my advice would be to bend your knees. Okay, so if you're feeling it in your lower back, please bend your knees. We want to slide the rib cage down. You want to feel it around the upper abdominal muscles. Keeping the elbows back, we're not hinging those forwards. And now the little challenge here is to lift the upper and hold. So we're going to stay up here. I'm going to tap the right heel in and lengthen, then the left heel in and lengthen. It sounds so simple, but it's really not, is it? So we're keeping the shoulder blades lifted, the elbows wide, option, put your head down on the floor, and we're tapping one heel at a time in towards the bottom and then extending and resetting away. Use the breath every time, keep control here so the back has your support. We've got our last 3, so just 3 more here. 3, find that control. 2, 1 last time. We've got 1. We reset down, take the head down, take the arms overhead. A lovely long stretch once again. And then bending the knees, roll yourself over onto your fronts in your own time. We're going to all meet in a Sphinx position. So elbows down underneath shoulders, parallel arms, eye line is looking through. So just lift through that chest first, pressing away from the forearms, don't collapse into the shoulders. Lovely work. What we're going to do here is a little hand curl press. Have a little look if you're unsure. I'm going to bend the knees, bring the heels in towards my bottom as I kick for 3, 2, 1. As I straighten the legs down, I'm going to press up and extend into my arms. A lovely back extension. So forearms come down, you bend the knees, you kick for 3, 2, 1. We press the legs away, lift the chest, really extend through the back chain of the body. Elbows down, we go 1, 2, 3, and then lift and lengthen. As you're kicking the heels in, try not to collapse into the upper body. Keep that control there. Eye line is sticking forwards and we're lengthening through the spine. Let's do that twice more. Really important to strengthen the back chain of the body as well as the front, just as important. Last one here, forearms down, space between the shoulders and the ears, and then we press and lengthen. Then we're going to melt ourselves all the way down to the ground. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and just lift up gradually, slowly, and then lead with your bottom as you come all the way back into child's pose. So bottom to heels. Reach your hands to the top of the mat. Enjoy a child's pose. Maybe take your knees a little wider. Maybe let your forehead just roll side to side. Release any tension through the neck. Whatever feels right for you. So just take a moment. Take a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we'll slowly lift the bottom. You're going to ripple yourself through. We're going to come down onto our right forearm when you're ready. So we're going to reset here. Your right elbow is underneath your shoulder. Your right leg is long. Now your left knee is bent. Ball of the foot's on the floor. And the left knee is opening to the ceiling. Going to bring the left hand behind the head. Draw the belly in tight. Now when you're ready to move, we're going to bring the right hand and the right foot and the left hand together and then reset down. So we're going to bring our hands and foot together. The underneath leg is sweeping up, pressing the ball of the left foot into the floor so you can open up through the hips and create space between the rib cage and the ground. So opening up, feel that strength through the obliques, through the waist, the shoulder. If you cannot straighten the underneath leg, maybe have it bent instead, if that feels better for you. Because remember, so many different abilities, and your body is very different to everybody else's, which is the way we want it to be. So you have to make the class work for you. Let's take one last time here, last one. And then what we're going to do is going to extend the top leg now. You're going to come down onto your side and bring that right arm out in front of you. The left arm comes back behind the head. This time, we're going to lift up just the top leg and the top arm reach towards one another, and then we reset as we come down. So top leg, top arm. You won't stack the hips on this exercise. It is different to usual sideline. So you will roll back ever so slightly to activate through the obliques, the waist, okay? If this is enough for you, please feel free to stay down here. Or we could do both legs pressing up onto our forearm and then control as we come down. So you could press up onto the forearm, push away, lift nice and high up towards the feet, control as you come down. Opening up through that front body, squeezing the belly towards the spine, lift, lift, lift up the feet as high as you can. Control as you come down. Last one here, last one. Beautiful work. Separate the legs, bend the knees. Your right leg should be in front. You're going to press up onto your bottom. So you're in a mermaid stance now. Right leg forwards, left leg back. Come into a little side bend. So really open out. Don't let the arm collapse in front of the face. Pull the right arm all the way back. Open up through the right side body. Take a lovely side bend. Bring the right forearm down. Reach up and over with the left. Again, don't collapse. Lift, lift, lift. Lengthen through the spine. Feel all that space around the ribs, the side body, the hip. We'll gradually bring ourselves up. Let's swivel around and let's take that sequence on the upper side when you're ready to join me. So you're coming onto your left forearm, right hand behind the head, right leg is bent, the ball of the foot is down, and we're going to reach towards the underneath leg first, the left leg. Okay, so you're reaching up that left leg, opening out through the chest, press away from the forearm, draw the belly towards the spine, and press that right knee back. So a really great one for the waist, to work on the shoulder, all around the ribs, into the upper back, a whole body exercise. Again, remembering to bend that underneath knee if you need to, if you don't feel comfortable keeping it straight. Open out through that right hip. We've got 2. One last time. 1. We'll extend the top leg, come down onto your side. The left arm now comes forwards. And now you're going to reach the right arm, right leg up. Option to just do the top leg. So we've all started here just to get you used to being back on this position. If you feel really wobbly, just bring your feet a little bit further forwards. If you feel happy to, both legs are coming up and you're hinging back, reaching as far up those legs as you can. Try and challenge yourself. Reach a little bit higher. Draw that belly in. Use the breath as you sweep up the legs. Big smile on your face, it always helps. Big lift. We'll go for the last 2 here. Last 2, feel it into the waist. Right here. Last one. Separating those legs, taking that bend, lifting yourself up to that mermaid stance. So your left leg is in front. Take the left arm up and over. Keep your hips down. Maybe taking the eye line up to pull that left arm back a little bit further. Take a breath. Bring the left forearm down. The right arm's now going to come up and over. Big side bend here. Big lift through the torso. Taking a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we'll melt that right hand down. Let's come over onto all fours when you're ready to join me. So just make your way over onto your hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's take our cat and cow. So just open through the chest, lift the tailbone, and then round the back, chin to chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale as we open. Exhale as we release, round the spine. Bring the bottom to the heels, sinking back into our child's pose, lengthening arms forwards. Forehead drops down to the ground. Big breaths here. Taking both arms over to the right, pop your left hand on top of your right hand. Square off your chest, just taking a deeper stretch through the left side body. Breathing into that rib cage. Sink a little deeper. And then sweeping the hands over to the left. Now your right hand will come on top of your left hand. Square off, shoulders square to the ground. Feel that stretch through the right side body. Lovely release, a big stretch. Coming back to center, staying on your child's pose, forehead down to the ground. We'll slide our hands towards our feet. Take the hands onto your lower back now. Interlace the hands together. Maybe keeping the heels, palms of the hands together if possible. We'll extend those arms up. So a big chest and shoulder stretch now. So lifting those arms up as much as you can. Then maybe peel the head off the floor, rolling yourself up. So you're sitting on your heels now. Lift the hands off the back. Chest comes up, eye line lifts too, just opening up through the front body. So you're sitting on your heels now. And then we'll gradually release those arms, sweep them all the way up to the ceiling. Interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale as you lift up, open up through the front body. Exhaling as you curve down, chin to chest. One last time, inhaling, open up, lift up, up, up. And exhale as you curve over to release. We'll rebuild to a lovely long spine. Shake out through the upper body and you are done. I really hope you enjoyed that Pilates class with me today. Any questions, any comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you all have a fabulous day.